All 67 Camaro Firebird door skins are not created equally.
What?
AMD doesn't tell you. DYNACORN doesn't tell you. And all the aftermarket distributors don't tell you either. Go ahead, check every website. I did. They all list the same thing, so they gotta be the same, right? Nope. In the last video, I peeled off the door skins to expose the nasty door shells lurking below. I left the worst for last. This driver's side door was way more involved, a ton of extra patchwork. Thankfully, both door shells were hacked out in different areas, so I could reference the good area of one to inform the repair on the other. Good as new. We're not done with the prep work. There's this reinforcing rail spot welded to the top of the skin. We need that. Or do we? Herein lies the difference. These DYNACORN skins come complete with the support rail and bracket pre-welded on.
What? No way.
As you can imagine, huge time saver. I've seen guys on YouTube needing to remove these and weld them on their new AMD skins. It doesn't surprise me that DYNACORN provides their skins as a complete assembly. Do others? Unfortunately for you and me, suppliers don't provide any specifics. I recommend you try and verify before ordering or when comparing pricing. Reach out in the comments. Would love to hear your experience with the 67 skins, whether they had the brackets or not, and who supplied them. Brackets aside, the value of any aftermarket sheet metal is the final fit. Let's see how these skins pan out. Okay, a little test. What do you think? With the exception of epoxy sealing this bare metal, are we ready to install the skins? Hit the bell icon for no, or the like button for yes. I'll give you a sec. Come on, you can't fault a guy for trying. Where do you get content like this? The smart money knows there's still a couple things we can best take care of now. And up first, mirrors. You can spend thousands on fancy billet mirrors or flush door handles and the like. And now's the time to make those decisions. A little foresight goes a long way. Remember, you gotta do you, but those baubles aren't for me. Not my vision for my 67. I really groove on the original vibe of these stock mirrors and handles. And besides, I much rather prioritize other elements of my build. Only the driver's side skin comes pre-drilled for a mirror. 67 Camaros and Firebirds didn't come with a side view mirror on the passenger side, and I want one. So I'll simply copy the factory location over, fab and weld a proper backing plate. Here's the plate, pre-drilled and ready for plug welding. I'm not going to rely on standard sheet metal screws to secure the mirror. Instead, I took the opportunity to weld nuts to the backing plate. M8 bolts with a little Loctite will make for a more confident connection. With the mount secure, it'll hold the backing plate in place so I can plug weld. Up next, sound control. I'm not in the more is better camp that believes every surface needs to be plastered head to toe with Dynamat or the like. There's a simple truth at play here, the law of diminishing returns. On the inner skins, all that's needed here is a bit of mass to deaden the resonance. I've decided on lizard skin. Why? because this is a wet area and I don't want to use a peel and stick product here. There are no large flat surfaces on the door shells, so resonance is really a non-issue. No need to add any sound dampener here. There are much better sound barrier and sound insulating products out there. We'll get into those when the time and location is right. Of note, Lizard Skin is water-based. It's not a direct-to-metal product, so you need to epoxy seal before applying. Well, that's the tack coat. Let this dry up and then I'll hit it with 2 coats at 20 to 24 mils. They provide a nice little feeler gauge so you get the application rates correct. Looking good. Okay, all done with the Lizard Skin. When you spray it on, it's a light gray, and when it dries, it's this matte black. I peeled the tape off the flange mating areas. It's clean and flat with no interference, ready for the door shell. Before bringing the door skin and shell together, I fussed with the tolerances for a bit to ensure an optimal fit. The tabs on the door shell lay on top of the tabs on the door skin here at the vent window, which sets your initial placement. And once you're happy with how it's positioned, it's simply a matter of gradually laying over the lip and working the skin around the door edge to achieve a snug, flat fit. You can see I haven't plug welded the skin yet, and I'm not going to. I'm going to wait on that. Why? For the same reason why I didn't use panel bond. If you use panel bond, your skin will be fixed to the shell upon application. Door adjustment will be limited to what the hinges provide. You'll lose the ability to tweak skin alignment to the shell. I know I want every bit of tolerance working in my favor to get the right fit and alignment. In terms of my build sequence, why did I mess with the doors now? Well, I wanted to see the initial fit of the restored doors along with these new hinges in relation to the existing quarter panels. But my jig is in the way, so it's going to have to wait. Quarters were reskinned in the early 80s when I restored the car the first time. And even though they're still in pretty good shape, I'm planning a full quarter replacement for both. Why? I'd get into those reasons now, but that's a topic for another video. Reach out in the comments and say hi. Share what you're working on. I'd love to hear from you. Till next time, cheers.